Yo, do you remember the dream life you built for yourself by the time you're 25?
Yeah. Let's all laugh at that together.
Now you're 30 something and you don't have the car,
the job,
the business,
the spouse, and feeling a little like a mess.
We're here to tell you you're still on track to that dream and doing just fine. I'm Beleza.
I'm Kiki.
I'm Gigi. And this is your podcast. Welcome.
Welcome to 30 and a Mess.
What up, y'all? It's your girl, Beleza.
It's your girl, Kiki.
And welcome back. And if you're a newbie, welcome. It's your girl, Gigi. And if you're here, chances are your life is still in shambles, but it's all good because we're going to get it cleaned up today. I hope you got your mops and buckets today. We're going to talk about something. We're going to be talking about something a little bit more serious. Excuse me. I'm excited. I can't even get all my words out of my mouth.
That's all right. Take your time, sis.
Take your time, right? We're going to talk something serious today, like something that, affects all of us at different parts of our life,
For real. First of all, did you miss us?
I hope y'all miss us. Did you enjoy the bloopers episode? I heard that somebody wanted to be longer. We might give you a little treat or something later.
I know, especially on this one.
We just want to give y'all a little snippet of all the bad things that go on in the back. But we're glad you guys liked it. We'll definitely make it longer.
Okay, so to Gigi's point, we are really talking about something serious today. Fears are real. We don't talk about it. And I think we just let it play out in our heads. But we have this reality where, we can't let fears take over us, of course. But I do think it's time for us to talk about it. This is what you do with fears, right? You ignore it. You
avoid them. You ignore them. You try to push them aside. But you never really deal with them. A lot of times you don't deal with them.
Yeah. So I guess I can start by asking what are y'all fears?
It's so much.
I have quite a bit. I won't share all of them because
share them.
Nah, because I don't want to have to bust nobody in their mouth if they come at me sideways about my fears. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, y'all. I'm kidding. I'm not violent anymore. But I don't lay those hands to rest. No, just kidding.
No, Jerry's filled with peace and love.
But no, one of my fears is, a few of my fears, I think it's because of the dialogue that's always out there. One of my fears is settling. I don't want to settle. Like they make me feel like society in the conversation that's always being had makes me feel like what I want with regards to marriage and relationship is like this made up faraway thing that I just pulled out of my butt, which I didn't. Disney had a big hand in distorting my idea of marriage and love. Another fear that I have is I might not be able to have children because of I'm irregular, and they usually hand in hand is if you are able to have a regular menstruation, then you are able to have a kid, usually is what they say. But for irregular people, because you can't count our ovulation cycle and all that kind of stuff, it's like deemed as like you're not going to be able to have a kid. So I don't know about that. Also, one of my fears is like me not settling, like me falling for someone and then they're a totally different person. Like that is scary to me. Like, you hear those stories about women who get married and then the man turns into a freaking nightmare.
Turns into a frog.
A frog? Nah, he turned into a monster. You ever seen Tales from the Hood? He's like, you trying to draw some monsters? Another fear that I have. I used to be afraid, like a long time ago, I used to be afraid of losing my whole family at once. Damn. But after traveling the world by myself and being alone and just seeing like what family is there and who friends are there, I don't have that fear anymore.
Oh,
yeah. So good. I overcame that fear. I have quite a few fears, but like I want to give you guys a chance because if you let me talk all episode, it will probably be like the whole hour. It would be like the hour of Gigi's fears. Like that would be it. Like
Maybe we should have an episode for each one.
I think you could.
Oh yeah, one more. As failing in my career, like I don't want to fail in my career or get fired, and me not be able to support myself. You know, when you have a partner in life or just people that you can like lean on, that doesn't affect you as much because you know, like if you fall off, they're gonna be able to help you out, and then vice versa. Like, yeah, I don't have that. If I fall off, who I'm gonna call? Like, I'm gonna call myself. Like 50 Cent says it. 50 Cent talked about that. He was like, if I like fall off, like who am I gonna go get myself? Like knock on my own door for like help. Like
I feel you on that one.
I'm not gonna call y'all, but y'all also making y'all career too. Like I don't know. You know that hyper independency that I'm still working through.
No, it's pride.
You feel like you can't talk to nobody or ask for help, you know? Just because pride. No, it's not pride. It's not pride. I feel I do have hyper independency because of like when I did used to ask for help, I didn't really have people there to help. So that developed. But I'm working on it because my future husband, he gonna know I'm gonna be dependent as hell. So just be ready.
You gonna lean on him later?
I'm gonna be leaning.
Lean back.
He gonna be like, your legs don't work.
You're gonna be walking like the skeleton in Corpse Bride. You're gonna be sitting down and like
you're sitting down.
Like,
damn. No, but for real, I'm working through a lot of stuff, and I think also another fear of mine is losing myself. I feel like there's a lot of good things that came with the grit that I had to grow up through that I don't want to lose. What about you, Keeks?
I have quite a few fears, but I think I can kind of sum mine up because I've been working with it with my working through some of my fears with my therapist. And mainly my fear is like the way I worded it to her was I have the fear of potentially being great at everything and life still not being good enough. Like, I feel like I'm constantly working for the next thing. I feel like I don't know how to live intentionally or live here in the moment. And I don't want to miss big moments of life just because I feel like I always have to grind for the next thing. Another thing also that I realize is that I operate in a place of survival constantly 100% of the time, and not like one of those, oh, that's every Black woman kind of thing, but like literally I feel like I'm surviving. Like I don't do connections emotionally a lot of times, mainly except for like close friends and my fiance, but it's really hard for me to connect emotionally because I feel like emotions are weakness. And the moment that you lose control of your emotions is the moment that you are open, and a lot of bad things can come at you at that time. So I literally operate from a place of logic to prevent myself from being vulnerable to the world, pretty much. These are things that I'm currently working on. And it's a really big fear. Like I realize that it's not just me being a strong person, but it's literally me operating in a place of fear.
That's deep.
Oh, can I say something else?
Yeah.
I'm afraid of marrying a man as DL too. That scares me.
Oh,
that scares me. Like, because you know, so many of them are upset that heterosexual women don't want them after they find out that they are bisexual or have been bisexual,
and so they hide it.
Now, that's what scary.
I don't want to go down a rabbit hole, but now I got a follow-up question.
Now we got to go down the rabbit hole now because
we can't go down that rabbit hole.
We can't.
Okay, I want to speak on that too.
So my question. So.
You can't wrap your head around what I'm saying.
No, we can.
Right. So what if he used to be bisexual? He never told you, so technically it is still down low, but he's like all into you 100%.
Like,
but
he
you
don't
find
want
out
again. He's not gonna have the urge for that back sensation again. Like he's not gonna ask.
Because it's kind of.
To
I see
poke
it
him and
as
stuff.
yeah, because I still see it as like, regardless if they cheat, they cheat. I know, of course, cheating with the same sex hurts more, but I mean, if you a hoe, you a hoe. If you're gonna cheat, you're gonna cheat.
I don't care about him cheating. I don't care about that. I care about him cheating, y'all. Like not, not like that. I'm just saying.
Can,
Like,
Yeah,
can
I know
you
what
date
you
a
mean.
bisexual man that says, "Hey, I love you. I'm in love with you, and I choose you, and I don't care for penis anymore because I'm in love with you"? Because bisexual people can choose to be with a man or a
Right.
woman.
Right. So that's my question.
I don't want that because it's gonna be a point where he's not getting fulfilled sexually, and he's gonna want his ass played with, and I'm not into that. So
But who says that?
Well,
If they're
who's
saying I
right?
can be with a woman, we're going down a rabbit hole, y'all.
Oh, yeah, we are.
But what if he said? Because bisexual people can choose to say I can be with a woman for the rest of my life, or I can be with a man for the rest of my life.
Right.
So if they're saying I can be with you for the rest of my life and not have any other urges because I love you, is that good enough?
I need to talk to a bisexual man because I don't think that's how that works.
Okay.
I think
Gotcha.
once you had a tongue in your ass, you're gonna always want a tongue in your ass. Once you had like somebody
That's not
playing in
no.
your ass.
That is not true.
The episode on that, and we'll make sure to find
Yes.
a speak on that.
30 and a mess after dark, y'all. 30 and a mess after dark.
I'm sorry,
That
y'all,
is not true. That is not true.
That's
What did Justin say?
It's
How
not
can
true.
you marry a woman and then you go out there, you let somebody bend you over? Ain't nobody
Stop.
bending me over. Oh, so you
Are you
doing the
doing
bending?
Stop. Stop. For color girls. For those that don't know, it's a lining for color girls. For those who haven't watched it, y'all should go watch it. It is really good. I heard the play is amazing, but the movie was good. I didn't watch the play, but if it's anything like the movie, 10 times better than the movie, then go watch the play.
Nah, I don't watch trauma movies.
And that is also trending on TikTok currently.
Is it really?
Yeah, that whole section is trending on TikTok.
Oh,
They make a
shoot.
facial, like, you got some of them doing the words, you got some of them just doing the facial expressions.
Oh, I
It is
gotta watch it now.
hilarious.
Now I
It's
gotta
funny.
watch it. Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
back
that's
to our
really
scheduled program.
Yes.
Beleza, what are some of your fears, babe?
I have a few. Not being heard is a fear. It's a strong fear of not being heard or feeling dismissed. Another fear is love. And we can get deeper into
That shit
that.
is scary, yo.
But I'm not gonna lie.
Because you could lose your sanity, yo. Like, your brain could be gone. You fall too deep.
Not brain dead. Not brain dead.
Not brain dead,
Heart
but mentally
dead.
unstable, yo. Like,
Yeah.
mentally unstable. Like, there's one thing that I was thinking about. I don't think I have ADHD because I'm able to focus. But I do think that some of my mental challenges probably have come from like just the wear and tear of being all committed in a relationship and then the betrayal that comes with that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I could see people
Yeah.
unraveling, bro. Like, yeah, love is scary.
Love, yeah. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing, but I will say it's also a fear of mine. Not being able to provide for my family.
Okay.
For sure. That's like probably the biggest thing, you know.
Well, we're women. We could always provide. We might not like the conditions we have to provide it in, but as women, we could always prostitute.
It's still a Yo, Gigi, get off the line.
I'm sorry.
Nah, but not being able to provide, and then depending on a man is a fear of mine. I think
because we haven't really seen it.
Right. And that's the thing. Like, I would love to, like, that's one of my dreams is to be able to just truly depend on a man. And
yeah, like
one of my fears is
trust fall without grabbing for the wall, you know?
For real. Like, literally just fall blindly.
I'll be have one leg back and shit, leaning like I'm falling for real.
And it's bad too with like leaning on men too, because in leaning on them, you have to allow them to make mistakes as well.
Right.
And that's the part that I feel like, especially in our time frame, a lot of people are choosing not to trust other people because the moment they make a mistake, you're like, pull the reins, you know, fuck that.
Pull this car over.
But you have to allow people to make those mistakes and correct the mistakes, because how they correct the mistakes will actually show how well you can still lean on them.
Yeah. It's so funny because I'm dating. Well, I'm not dating anyone, but this guy I used to date like a while back. We have amazing chemistry. things just didn't work out, but we still are very, very we communicate still. And so he asked me, I was like, he asked me, I said, I just want somebody who can lead. And he was like, are you really willing to be led? And I was looking at him like, oh snap. Like, I said, shit, you're right. Like, I don't know if I can trust that. I was like, but I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to like try it and learn. He was like, okay. Because, when I tell you I'm strong-headed, I am strong.
So you're not dating him now. What happened?
What happened with what?
Yeah, did he, was it just differences in life?
We're not together. That's what happened. We're not, wait, this is something that he spoke of recently. We haven't been together for like 3 years.
No, that's what I'm saying. Y'all not together because he wasn't leading appropriately.
Oh, no. Yeah, he's young. He's like 7 years younger than me.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, you need time to grow. You need time to experience life. Like, I can't.
Yeah.
I don't want to stunt your growth because, like, think about, like, I don't want to stunt his growth. And then all of a sudden he wake up one day, like, looking at me like, this old hag stole my youth. Like, I don't
Right. You're not going to accuse me.
Fair enough. That's fair enough.
So I want him to experience life. I think that he needs to experience different relationships and women and life and, be himself and find his own path and understand who he is as a man first before even trying to, be the head of my household.
Yeah.
No,
so I guess my next question to y'all is, with all these fears, how did some of them come about? Do you feel like or do you just think you woke up one day and be like, I got a fear?
I'm scared.
I'm so scared. Or do you feel like it's, trauma that's happened and so the fears created?
Girl, trauma is surrounding us. That shit ain't just pop up out of nowhere. We ain't just coming up with the idea like walking up to you like, you know what? Yep, I'm scared of that. Yep, I'm gonna add that to the list of fears. That ain't come up out of the blue moon.
So how do you think some of yours came about?
Trauma.
Yeah, but elaborate. You ain't gonna get out of the park that easy.
So I think the gay one, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, y'all, LGBTQAIA community.
Take your time.
The men who like men on the low, that came about because actually the first guy I ever loved, he was gay. He ended up coming out as gay to me when I got to college. I remember crying for like 3 months every day. 90 days of crying myself to sleep, like that was traumatic. Like, yeah. I love that boy, man. Aww. Wherever you are in the world, sir, fuck you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I wasn't expecting that. I was not expecting that. I'm sorry, not fuck you. I understand that you were.
No, don't take it back. Mean it. Say it with your chest.
No. I at the time, right after I was done crying for 90 days every night, I was all happy-go-lucky. Y'all remember me in first year of college, like that summer?
Yeah.
I was all happy-go-lucky during the day, but at night I was dying on the inside. Bruh, I feel like somebody stomped my heart all the way out.
Oh.
And I didn't trust guys for a long time. Like, all these niggas gay. They are every last one of them. My homeboy at the time, shout out to Keith because he was really positive light in my life. And he was my best male friend. And when I called him and told him what old boy had said to me, he was dying laughing. He was cracking up because old boy had called me told something, I don't think I'm man enough for you. And I was like, I don't understand what that means. Whatever, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Whatever.
Talk to you tomorrow.
Ta-ta.
And then I called my homeboy, Keith. Keith was later with some girl, and we were best friends. So I was like, "Oh, you got company? You got a girl over here?" He was like, "Yeah, I'm good, but let's talk." And I was like, "Nah, I just wanted to let you know, like, my boyfriend called me. He told me he's not man enough for me, blah blah blah." And he was like, he said, "What to you?" And I was like, "He told me he's not man enough for me." It was like a silent for a little bit, and then all I just hear was him cracking up, like wheezing, cracking up. And I was like, Keith, it's not funny. He's like, no, it is funny because he's gay. He's gay. And I was like, he didn't say that. He's like, no man's gonna call you in the middle of the night and tell you he's not meant for you unless he's gay. Like, I didn't know, I was very naive.
Yeah.
But looking back on that, like, I should have been laughing. Like, why was I taking life so seriously? Like, why was I taking men so seriously? But that's where that came from, that fear.
Yeah.
Because to me, I didn't see it. I didn't see it at all. Lord have mercy, I didn't see it. So if everyone else saw me,
I didn't see it.
Clearly, he was making you happy in some capacity.
Right.
He made me very happy. He was very cute. So I was very shallow. I'm still shallow a little bit sometimes too.
At least you recognize that.
And that's okay. You want to be able to wake up and look at the person next to you.
Right. You want to be attracted. You want to jump on the person you're with.
I do.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's what made me be more of a sapiosexual now, because like I'm like, I can't trust my eyes no more. These bitches be out here. These fucking eyes of mine be out here selling me out. And then what was my other fear? Settling. My other fear of settling is because I was in a relationship when I was in Germany, and I was almost settling for this person that really wasn't fulfilling all the other needs, but they were there. And I was like, I remember crying to my friends at the time, and I was like, I want happiness. I want a relationship. I want to be with somebody now. And then they're like, they both were very sad. They're like, oh, gee, like, come on, like, you don't have to settle for him. Like, it's okay to want that, but don't settle for him. Like, he's not even a good person. He can't even, like, he doesn't really take care of you. Like, you need to be taken care of, all this other stuff. Like, like, just, they were speaking sense to me because I was just really emotional about it.
Yeah.
Because I don't like people. So when I like people, I like them flaws and all. Like, it's whatever your flaw is, I can look past it because I like you and I want to be with you. I want to make it work. Mm-hmm. But that's not healthy. That's not conducive to what you want for your relationship.
Yeah.
And then what was the other one that I was afraid of? What was my other fear that I mentioned? Were you listening?
It was quite a list.
Yeah, I think it just comes from like experience of the things I've experienced. And so like once I experienced that, in order not to get like hurt again, I try to like put things into place to not get hurt again. It's the same thing like when you burn your hand on a stove. Like, you're afraid to touch another hot stove. Like, you're not gonna just touch a stove again that's hot. So and you try to do things around it to make sure that you don't do that again. So I think that's how my fears were created. What about you, Kiki? Like, how
pretty much the same, like just experiences. I think at a really early age for me, a lot of my support systems is where things got snatched from me. So that's where the operation of survival come from, where it's like where my foundational bases were supposed to be. That's where everything was cracked at.
Yeah.
So for me, I realized that the only person that I felt I can depend on to get me out of a lot of things was myself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like down to like even like parents, siblings, spouse, just school support systems, like administrators, like at every place in life, somebody snatched something that was very detrimental to how I can move forward. So once I got past a lot of those things, and I did that at a very early age, I think the last time that I even made like a connection in terms of like, okay, this is what life is doing to me, and I can only be intentional about how I let life go or how I maneuver through my life. I was like 22 or 23. Like, that's when I really had that eye-opening moment. And a lot of people don't see that until they're in their 30s. Like, I know they say your 20s is a lot of places where you can make your mistakes, but a lot of people in their 20s also have like that net to fall back on. I don't feel like I had that net. So, so at all times I was in survival mode. I will say that I didn't think it was survival mode. I just put it as, I'm a strong person. I can get through it, which is why I have that mindset now that there's nothing that can happen to me that is really going to like be detrimental to me. Like, I've overcome a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah. So for me, I'm like, okay, I get broke, I'm just gonna go out there and make money. I'm homeless. I'm gonna go out there and make a pad for myself until I get a house. I'll just keep grinding until I get there. Hell, my fiance breaks up with me tomorrow. I'm gonna cry it out for a couple days, and then I'm gonna continue to go out there and date. Like, there's nothing to me
And
that's
she
like,
means that a couple of days.
Right, I truly mean that. Like, there's nothing that's going to happen to me that I'm gonna feel is like, yo, this is like crazy. Like, life stops here. Like, there's nothing to me that, because I've experienced such a lot of bad things in the beginning. So it's a good thing that I have that mindset of, hey, nothing can stop me. But I didn't recognize that as being survival mode till maybe 2 years ago, which is what made me really say, maybe I should talk to a therapist to make sure I don't have all these traumas that I'm ignoring or categorizing as something else.
Yeah. What about you, Blaze?
I think it stems from a lot of things. It's crazy. The fear that I talk about of wanting to provide for my family is a little backwards and weird, but I just feel like they've done so much and sacrificed so much for me. It's like it's the least I could do. And, you know, we come from a family that really support each other no matter what. And I want to make sure that I can give that. And the crazy part is, you know, they don't expect it at all. But
who calling? Answer the phone.
It was my mommy. It was my mommy. Hi, mom.
Mommy.
Hi, mom.
But irony, right? They don't care.
Don't be talking about me on your show.
Right. She heard it. She felt it in her spirit.
She felt that.
She said, "Oh, Gladys is talking about me."
Oh, come now.
Oh, come now, Gladys. We've never told you. I was like, I know you didn't. That's the point. I don't know why you feel that way. But I think it's because they made me feel so. We didn't have much growing up, but my mom always made me feel like royalty. And she always made us feel rich. And if we wanted something, she'd work her way to get it. You know, it wasn't like a no, unless, you know, moms being moms. But if we wanted it, we got it. Maybe not in that moment, but she made sure we got it. It didn't matter what it took. She got it. Wow. So I can appreciate that, but it's kind of like, I want to give back. So it's a fear of, you know, life is hard. So, you know, you can have a high paying job, but these bills is a bit. And
yo, why don't we just buy a mansion together and then
we should
all pay into it so that way all of our equity go up so high.
For real.
Just do other shit, bro. Like, what we waiting for? We out here fucking off.
Nah. This is the beginning of something beautiful. This is why we're here. And I think that's the point. Like, we all talk about it in our fears, but that's the point of why we're doing what we're doing. So that, again, that's just a fear. And then when it comes to, you know, just guys, because, you know, I said love and depending on a man and stuff like that. From that, it's just, you know, I've been done real bad.
Yo, the fact that we haven't been taught how to vet pisses me off, bro. Like, I'm really ready to square what everybody that watched me grow up and didn't teach me how to vet. Like, they gave me like statements like, don't let these boys fool you. Okay, but like, what you mean? Like,
yeah,
what should I be looking for?
Yeah, and I think it's just really, you know, it's one of those things of how Kiki can get up and 2 days later be all right.
I say 2 days now.
Well,
you gonna get a couple tears out of me. I'm gonna try to get them back.
I'll be wounded and injured for like a year.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to get him back, but then I'll move on if he says no.
Like, if Kiki took weeks, I'm gonna take months and years. I'm gonna take months.
I'm gonna take like a year and a half.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a minute. Like, I'm gonna have to sit. I'm gonna have to really sit in my feelings and learn that. And I think now I've been learning that because, like, I'm facing my fears.
Yeah.
But like, been done wrong. I guess I can give specifics. Like,
no, don't give these hoes no specifics.
You're right.
Why they gotta be hoes? She's not talking about y'all messers.
Not
talking about dudes out here.
Yeah, just guys who are just wrong, who do women so wrong.
Prey on women weaknesses and like get them on open and like cowards, like the cowards they are, and then just break our hearts. That's what I'm calling hoes. I'm not calling y'all hoes. I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's Jeezy's perspective. I was more so talking about, it happens. I think it's sad to say, but like all men ain't good men. Same thing with women. And I haven't.
And the women that be getting these men all open and breaking their hearts, they some hoes too. Y'all messing it up for us. We want good men, undamaged men too.
Exactly. We apply to both men and women that be out there on that.
Yeah.
Apply to both. We're not all women or all men here.
Exactly. That's why I was like, it goes the same way. So like, not all men are bad men. So we know you out there. We're friends with a lot of y'all.
Yeah, we are.
Y'all just don't have friends you don't got friends for us. That's the problem.
Yeah, they be like the one good friend out of like 10.
They be like, nah, you don't want him. Nah, you don't want
down. Pissy personality, terrible temper.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, well, how? But nah, yeah. So I think that's where my fears stem from. To y'all point, the same way, like experiences and things that you've personally been through. So, what are y'all doing now to overcome the fear, or have you been growing from it? Because, like I said, I'm definitely working towards it.
Therapy.
Therapy.
Yeah, I wish y'all could see her hands. It was her hand movement that got me. Therapy, like a rainbow.
No, but I actually pay for somebody to tell me about myself, and it's been very helpful. Yeah. Like I know, like breaking it down in that aspect is not the most glorious, and the beautiful thing is that my therapist is actually our soror, so I'm actually very happy about that, because that's just something else we can connect on. But yeah, she's very good at letting me just speak and letting me just kind of get what I'm saying out, and then kind of rewording it so that I can see what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times I can say something, and like I said, I categorize things in a whole completely different category than where it really is, which is why I realize that I'm actually operating in a place of fear and not in a place of strength, the way I'm thinking. So she'll just take basically what I'm saying and kind of reword it so I can see exactly what I'm doing. And it's been very helpful. I'm already a person that's not, there's not a lot of things that are detrimental to me that I feel, but I just feel like I have to let more emotions out for people around me and that I love. And that's what she's teaching me how to do. So when I'm saying certain things and she's like, okay, so basically this is what you're saying. And I'm like, that is what I said, but that's not how I thought about it. So now I can see it from a perspective of a friend or family, that when I'm doing certain things or saying certain things, this is probably how they're interpreting it versus how I mean for it to come out. So therapy has been doing wonders for me. And like I said, I also don't want to carry the trauma of like my past, of what I've been through, or the traumas of my family. Like I don't want to, I actually have a really big fear of having kids because I don't want to carry trauma onto them. I don't want to do what my parents did, where they didn't care to fix their own trauma. And now I'm carrying that and trying to fix them through me. And it's just a lot of like back and forth. So if I can go ahead and correct those things before I go ahead and decide to have children, then I feel like I'm already setting them up to win more in life. Not that I'm going to correct all bad, but I'm setting them up to win. You said what?
You're going to be an amazing mommy.
If I have kids, I have traumas.
When she going to have kids.
When he ready, you're going to get pregnant. Watch. It don't matter if you're on birth control or not.
That's what I know. Oh my gosh. Yeah, but no, I can relate. I think more so when it comes to therapy. I started out in therapy. And like you said, you get somebody to check you and tell you about yourself in a different way, and a perspective that you haven't necessarily looked at. So I started off in therapy. I need to go back. I fell off.
I need to go back too.
Busy. Yeah, I'm not even gonna say life got busy. I just fell off. And then I do go to my friends who've had experience, and they actually give good advice. Not the one, oh girl, oh man ain't ish or nothing like that.
What they say? What they say?
Man ain't in, don't worry about them. Those are people I stay away from. They ain't all the neck rolling, like
the ones that be always saying that dudes ain't ish. Have you ever looked at their life or looked at like, what they be doing, and they don't be ish either.
Right. So, but no, actually, like, my friends will, because I started dating again.
Whoop, whoop.
And it's been pretty good. But those moments where I'm like, she a runner, she a track star. They're like, no, freeze, reel it back, and they'll kind of help me rationalize. And when you have that conversation with a guy who is understanding, who is patient, who looks at the same views as you do, and have similar values, it definitely hits different. I will say that. And then I realized that it's work. And to Gigi's point, it's not a fairy tale, but a different type of fairy tale. It's not a Disney fairy tale, but it's a fairy tale, just not the way Disney wrote it.
For me, what I do is right now, because I am still trying to find out what I like, I'm still trying to find what makes me feel alive again. I try different things. So I'm like trying roller skating, and I'm like just focusing on other things that help me figure out, the other, like the physical fears that I have. Like I have a fear of falling and scraping my knees. Like nobody wants to fall and scrape their knees, so roller skating and learning how to balance on wheels is something I'm like, doing. Another fear of mine is heights. Like, so I plan to do skydiving. Like there's just different things that I'm done. Oh, you coming to Dubai in January?
Oh, Dubai in January. You ain't give me none of those. And you didn't give me none of that data.
Well, listen, y'all, we gonna be out here in Dubai in January from the 3rd to the 10th. Let me know if you're trying to link up.
Let me pause Gigi real quick. Gigi will just text us and be like, hey, y'all, real quick. So I'm going to Japan for like 2 days. And then we're like, what? Wait.
Yeah, and just be like, yeah, check on me. Bitch.
Like, what are you talking about? Oh, yeah, I'm going to DR in 2 weeks. I'm like, what? Yeah, I'm going back to Germany. What? Okay. But she made, I didn't tell y'all. No, Gigi. You didn't tell us.
She's talking about Dubai her location across sea. Some check on me. Like,
what's that mean? Like, what? I just want to let y'all know this, okay?
Just so you know, she's living her best life.
I love it. I'm here for it, but
I'm
like,
trying.
you come with me in January? God damn.
That's tomorrow. For a Dubai trip.
But she says it like it's like it's a red roof somewhere, like.
And I'm trying to get like her when I grow up. Okay,
listen, y'all.
I'm trying to get like her.
January 3rd through the 10th is Dubai, and the 10th through the 17th is Ghana. Hit your girl up. Let's travel.
Shit, I'm going in her travel bag. Clearly,
I guess I'm packing.
Make sure y'all checking out her travel tips every Wednesday.
Yeah.
For them GG
I got travel going on. I got finance going on. I just basically just do other things that I'm interested in. Like I made like a little list in my journal. Can I share some of my list of my journal with you guys real quick?
Go ahead.
Let me grab it. Hold on.
Of course you can. Yeah. Another thing I'm doing now to try to help myself is just like, well, everybody's been saying this, but I need to start celebrating myself.
Yeah, celebrate you. I'm always about a turn up. So I guess the person that I'm dating, he was like, you're the only person I know that will break out in excitement about something you was just excited about 2 minutes ago and be excited about it now. Absolutely.
Why the heck?
Why not?
So yeah. I got like a little list to feel alive because I call it my alive list. Like, because you guys know I'm dealing with a lot going on. So yoga's up there, adult gymnastics. I want to try that out. I want to try fencing, top golf, roller skating, horseback riding, skydiving, firearm safety, mixed martial arts, pole dancing, volleyball.
Pole dancing. That's something I'm implementing. I started dancing again.
Okay. Yes.
I love to dance. For those that don't know, I just love to dance. Everything.
Dance.
And
Good
wait,
going out on
2, 3, 4,
5, 6, and 7, 8.
Go Kiki. Go Kiki. Go Kiki. She over here dancing.
And then
but I gotta feel alive again. I gotta figure out something to feel alive, and I think that's how I'm dealing with overcoming fear.
Yeah. And nature walks have been really fun for me.
You're not scared of the bugs and stuff? Does Atlanta have snakes?
They do.
Oh,
actually, there's something called the bamboo forest, and so we had to get to it. And when they were explaining it to me, the guy who was explaining it to me had a child, and the child was like, "Oh yeah, watch out for the snake." And he was like, "Oh yeah." So we did see a snake on one of the paths. Just be wary. It's on the corner. It's not fully in the path. And I was like, okay. I made it to the bamboo forest, y'all. It was definitely worth going. It's definitely deep in, but it was great.
I'm glad. Did you see any snake? Did you see a snake?
I did not see the snake. Thank
God.
Girl, because
I was in
you're doing spot checks, so you're asking like, "Hey, am I still on the right route?" Because it's like a whole bunch of different routes. It's like, "Oh yeah, you're still on the right route to get to the forest, but be careful, there's a snake." And oh my gosh, so that snake must still be there. But by the time I got there, it wasn't.
Yeah, that's alarming. Because I was in Thailand. You know, Thailand is known for like those boa constrictors and all these crazy insects and shit.
Big ones.
And I wanted to do hiking, but I'm not trying to run into no snake and give myself a damn heart attack.
Yeah,
like, let me sit my ass down somewhere. They got some big ass snakes out there too, like big.
Okay, so I guess I would ask to wrap it up. Like, do you feel? I mean, the way that we're talking seems like we have a lot of support, but do you feel like you'd rather do this alone? Do you feel like you want support? Do you feel like if you do have support, what it look like? Or if you want to do it alone, why alone?
Wait, before you wrap it up, do you think that there are people out there who really truly don't have any fear? And if so, like, do you think that's attached to their intelligence? Like, are they too stupid to not have fear? Like,
I do feel that they don't have fear, but it's because they've conquered them. And so because they conquered them, they're so free. And I say that because as I'm slowly attacking my fears, because one of my fears was succeeding, like actually succeeding. I know I'm good at succeeding, but I would always stop myself at a certain level. And once I broke that, I was like, why was I so scared? But I think the people who don't have fears, like they've conquered it and they've taken it on and realized like fear is literally in the mind. If they finally have I guess broke free of that and controlled their mind and I guess trained their mind to know that fear is but a thing in the mind.
I agree.
That's a good question though.
I don't know. I think some of them stupid.
Well, why so?
Because like when you stupid, like you can't even perceive fear. Like you're just dumb. Like even me thinking now, like some of the stuff I used to do was so damn dumb, yo. Like,
what about you, Kiki? You gonna answer the question?
What do I feel people who don't have fears are stupid?
You can answer that one too.
No, not necessarily. But it just depends. Like I said, would I call myself stupid because I couldn't recognize it as fears?
Ooh.
I wouldn't necessarily say I will say I was stupid, but I wasn't emotionally intelligent at that time.
What's the opposite of intelligence?
Ignorance. But I was still going to say I was stupid.
Emotionally stupid.
Yeah, but you can't say you're stupid just because you don't know something. You have to learn stuff.
Yeah, you can be unaware. You can really
like being aware doesn't mean stupid.
What does stupid mean? Does stupid mean you can't learn?
Stupid mean we're about to look this
up. Now we gotta Google stupid. Thanks, Gary.
Look this up.
Your best friend.
I'm over here eating cashews. Having or showing a great
a great lack of intelligence or common sense. See, stupid.
So what is common sense? Because then don't everybody say common sense is not so common?
It's really not common. And those who be saying that, they be calling people stupid. That's what they're saying.
I don't see that. I think there are stupid people in the world, and to be honest with you, I feel like stupid people are people who are aware of things and choose to ignore that. That I feel is stupid. if you're choosing to purposely ignore stuff. But if you just seriously don't know or don't understand, like you just don't have the knowledge of it, I don't consider that to be stupid. That's something for you to be educated on.
Nah,
What I think stupid is people who refuse to learn.
Yeah, and that's
what we telling. But I think stupid, because it sounds so mean, they just put it in those terms. But stupid just means unintelligent. It means ignorant. It means brainless, foolish. It means dim-witted, slow-witted, witless. Simple-minded. Stupid mean a lot of things. You hear me? It mean a lot of things. And so
we can hear you.
Loud and clear. Loud and clear. Loud and clear.
And so I think in order to cushion, American language has been so changed to cushion feelings. Like other languages, like German language, they don't cushion anything. They're very, if you stupid, you stupid. If they call you fat, you fat. Like they don't try to say, oh, you
That's
big
true.
bone. They don't try to say you thick. They don't try to say none of that. Like you fat. Like that's it. Or you stupid. That's it. Like they don't. There's no. They don't try to be kind with it. They don't try to use other words. Like they just get straight to the bare bone.
Yeah, America try to be nice with it.
Do you think there's a kinder word for fear? Maybe like inexperienced. What are you inexperienced about? Like what is?
I don't think that's the word.
It's blunt.
That's one of those words that's blunt. You're right.
No, that's one of the questions you ask when you hit a blunt. All right. With that being said,
thank you so much for tuning in, y'all. Like, what were some of your takeaways, you guys? Like, what was something you take away from this conversation today?
Work on your fears. Just because you have fears now doesn't mean you can never be fearless.
Being apparently not knowing something means you're stupid.
Plain and simple, straight like that.
Straight like
shots, no chasers.
We're gonna come back to that.
Work yourself. Like the moment you start to recognize things within yourself, sit in the moment of those things and just recognize what that is to you.
What I take away is that your fears are not real, and they're all based on perceptions from experiences that you've had. So I'm gonna take that and think about it more and try to overcome that, because every man out here is not gay on the boat.
Oh my gosh. All right, y'all. Well, I guess that concludes our podcast for today, our episode. Y'all make sure y'all tune in on all our social media platforms and our website, 30NMS, 30NCAMESS on all social media platforms, 30NMS.com. We love y'all. We hope you're blessed. Have an amazing week. Or if you're hearing this on the weekend. We love y'all and see y'all on the next one.
Bye. Bye.